All right, so Red Dead Redemption 2, the playthrough that took 2 years, is now over. Oh my goodness, that is quite something. So the game, um, it's a great game. Buggy, there are some weird bugs, and overall, genuinely like super great story. I remember going through and thinking like, this is gonna be a Rockstar game. You know, there's gonna be a lot of shooting and a lot of action, and then something about it, in the second chapter, made me realize like, oh, maybe I should slow down, take this a little slower, take this a bit, take the story to heart a bit more, and it was great. I think the biggest problem it has probably narratively is that there's just too many characters to have a lot of time on. Like, I didn't do a lot of side quests in my playthrough, but I played, a second time. And in my second playthrough, I did most of the side quests, and it gave maybe a little bit more character to like people like Javier and Lenny, but not much more, if I'm completely honest. But I mean, that's, I guess, theoretically probably where a Red Dead Redemption 3 would have been. Who knows, though? What else? I can't think of any other narrative thing. So gameplay. Gameplay is good. Gameplay is great. I love the mechanics of, you shoot and then you have to actually cycle the action if it's not a semi-auto, and I feel like they tried to do a bit more weapon balancing than they did with GTA. They're like a lot of the weapons in GTA 5 and GTA Online just felt like they were just different models and maybe a slightly different stats, but with no real semblance of balance. Whereas this, at least more so, there was more balance. At least that's how it felt to me. The biggest problem is probably using right mouse to as a part of the interaction menu. That is actually genuinely one of the worst decisions you could have possibly made. And I mean, that's a big one, but in the grand scheme of things, it's like probably really the only big one. Maybe some trigger areas for like picking things up and looting. I mean, maybe those aren't necessarily big enough, but those are more on a case by case basis, I would say. So, there might be a situation where you're not close enough to an objective to actually do something, even though you think you should, or it overlaps with something. But that's a minor detail, really. At that point, it's also kind of crazy to me to think that like Red Dead Online went from being having no updates and being like completely content dry to actually having some decent updates in the intervening time that it took me to finish this series. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Good thing that it's now getting updated, or a bad thing that it took so long, but I mean, I guess we're here now. Hopefully that stays, but that's technically a different game. But yeah, from a personal perspective of the playthrough of me as the editor and doing all that stuff, it was a crazy time back in January 2020. We had hope in our eyes, and and then that didn't happen. But I realized that I need to not do like one episode a week. And that's when I started doing Dokapon, because I knew I could get on that schedule, and I wanted to, and I didn't want to push Red Dead too much, I guess. I don't know, but and obviously I started out with my own custom music over the playthrough. That I think is a great idea that I do want to do for future games, but for a first playthrough, I don't think that is the correct thing to do. Especially because it's like you're not, there's in-game music that is trying to set a particular mood. So Just cutting that is a little disingenuous. I think it doesn't help the perspective of a first time player. So I think I do want to do a full like 100% playthrough of Red Dead in the future, but that's gonna be a while. And I've got most of the music already set, so we're at least halfway there. So yeah, going forward, I think I'm gonna have a sort of policy of doing like first plays and then 100% playthroughs, and then also maybe not necessarily 100% playthroughs for other things. I've got a few games that yeah, I mean, I don't know what a 100% playthrough would be like. For instance, like a Far Cry 1, that's coming up, but and like there's things like Hotline Miami 2 that is going to be next. I don't want to do 100% playthrough for Hotline Miami 2. I'm gonna be honest. So the Dokapon model is kind of what I want to go with. Main series every weekday, and then ancillary videos Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and potentially music videos, maybe something else on Mondays. We'll see. Until Dokapon's over, though, I have a few other playthroughs that I want to actually do, so it'll be 2 episodes of Dokapon every weekday, and then Tuesday, random game, Wednesday and Friday will be whatever that series is, and then Thursday will also be a random game, and then hopefully Mondays, eventually we'll get the music there at some point, eventually. So yeah, I guess that's it. So next week, join me for some Hotline Miami 2. Until then, have a good day, great day even. Chowskis.